Hey, it's the Right Rican, and sorry, I didn't mean to scare you if you're watching this. You know, there's the picture of Ron Perlman. I didn't want to touch on this topic. I'll be honest. I think it's stupid. I think um the Parental Rights Act, that's the real name of it, not Don't Say Gay. Um, but I think I don't understand. It's like, okay, what's the rush to be because one side is for it, you have to be against it. Okay. It is not it's not a school's job, it's not a school's position to teach kids about this stuff. Okay. Um, it just so happens that, like I always say, my best friend is gay and she's been with her partner for wow, um over 10 years. Um, with that being said, my daughter's been around them. My daughter's 5. It's been a while since they've been around them because they don't live as close as they don't live close anymore. But they can't. They've been around each other for my son's birthday and all this stuff. So to me, it's my job as her father to talk to her about this stuff, not the school. That's my job to instill these values to her because I don't know how the school is going to talk about it with her. Okay. I don't want schools confusing my daughter into thinking that she's a boy when she's a very girly girl. It's like my wife's not a girly girl. Okay. My wife is very tomboyish. When we were younger, we used to play handball together. Anyone from New York knows what I'm talking about. We used to play together, and so my wife is a very athletic person, but she's still a girl. And this idiot here got me going, and I'm just gonna play. Anyone who I think I curse sometimes on this channel, so if anyone gets offended by the language, sorry, but I'm just gonna play it real quick for you guys.
Good morning, Governor DeSantis. Um, don't say gay. Don't say as the first 2 words in a sentence spoken by a political leader of a state in the United States of America. Don't say. Don't fucking say, you fucking Nazi pig. Say. First Amendment. Read about it. Then run for office. You piece of shit.
Well, you fucking idiot. If you would actually read the bill, the Democrats and the media had a field day with this bill, you idiot. It's not a don't say gay bill, you dumb motherfucker. Now, he got me going. Okay. There's nowhere where it says it. You've bought into the propaganda. You've bought into all the bullshit that they put out there. There's nowhere it says gay. Here's the closest they come to don't say gay in the bill. Here's an image. Okay. Come on. So for the people who are just listening, here's what it says. Classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten, which is age 5, through grade 3, or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. It doesn't say don't say gay. Okay. All it says is you don't teach this stuff. Especially for me, the one that I have the most is gender identity garbage. Okay. Because kids don't know this stuff. Okay. there's plenty of girls, and especially as having a daughter, and you know, I worry about the bullshit that they're gonna feed her. And this is just propaganda that they've bought into. Nowhere does it say Ron Perlman, B actor, B-list actor, if that much. Only thing I ever enjoyed you in was Police Academy. And that's because I like the Police Academy movies. Has nothing to do with you. Hellboy was stupid. You killed that movie, and not in a good way. Um, so, oh, you were Sons of Anarchy too, but you weren't the reason I liked it either. um, but yeah, so it's not Don't Say Gay, and then shame on Disney to take a side on this. Shame on Disney. Okay, they should have just been apolitical and say we don't take a stance on political issues, but of course not. Why they're taking a stance? Well, here's an article from the Daily Mail. Disney executive who is the mother of a transsexual and a pansexual child says she wants at least half of all future characters to be LGBTQIA or racial minorities. Okay. Racial minorities, we make up more than half the country. Totally understand. Okay. But for half the characters to be LBGTQIA, so like that, we have to confuse the freaking children. No. Okay. If that's what you're going to do, then guess what? You're going to alienate a lot of parents. And this is the crazy shit. I actually had to freaking search what the hell is pansexual. And there's no way that a child is pansexual. Okay? Because the fact is fucking sexual. Kids, okay, my daughter comes to me, oh, I want to have a play date with James. I want to have a play date with Melanie. And it's like, okay. It's not that she's pansexual. It's just the fact that she's a little girl. She wants to have friends. Sex doesn't matter to her. She's not thinking about sex, you fucking sick assholes. I'm sorry. This just pisses me off. It just sets me off. Okay. When I see this stuff, okay, I think of the joke like vegan cats and vegan dogs, where who's making the choices. Because if you let the animal make the choice, you look stupid like this person did. Check this out.
My dog's a vegetarian, so I have this set up right now for you guys to see. We have this really gross, it's like a beef, like dog food. And then I have this delicious green salad. So I'm gonna bring her out and we're gonna see which one she likes. Also, my dog is very healthy. She loves greens. She loves her salad, and I don't force her to eat her salad.
Right.
Okay, so this is Bonnie. She is my little vegetarian. Okay. Now, no.
Yeah, my vegetarian. Oh, I don't make her eat it, right? Pick one.
No, Bonnie, no.
Okay, look, you give kids choices, that you give kids options, and they're gonna play with whoever the hell they're gonna play with. Black, white, Asian, whatever. They don't care. Kids don't discriminate. We teach them to discriminate. Okay. But throwing in gender identity to confuse kids who are already, hitting puberty is already crazy as it is, and then you're throwing in this bullshit with gender identity. Okay. And shame on, like I said, shame on Disney for following suit with this. And shame on Disney for allowing, this executive who's obviously biased. Because if she has a transgender child and a pansexual child, guess what? We know who's making those decisions for the children. It's not themselves, it's the parent. Okay. I've seen it plenty of times. One of my sons, let's just say I'm gonna leave it. I have an example with one of my son's therapists. I'll leave it vague. People who know me will know what I'm talking about. Who, let's say she doesn't have a baby daddy. Okay, so she chose to have a child, and the child's a boy, but I guess she wanted a girl because she'll the way she dresses the boy, she puts dresses on him, she colors his hair, and she always goes, no, 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 he makes his own decisions. And when you see that stuff with the dog there, yeah, no, you see how disappointed the dog owner was. Well, what do you think is going to happen when you have a single parent who's obviously has um this bias already ingrained in them? How do you think a child's going to respond to their only parent? And if they put on a dress, mommy's happy. But if they put on, let's say, a football jersey, mommy's not so happy. Kids pick up on these things. Okay, kids aren't stupid either. So if they see that mommy's happy that when I wear a dress, and mommy's happy when she colors my hair, even if he doesn't like it, he's going to do it. The child wants, as much as you want to make your child happy, your child wants to make you happy too. Until they get to the rebellious stage. That's going to be interesting because I would love to see the pictures that person posts when that child hits the rebellious age. That's going to be really interesting. But anyway, side story aside, that's what's going on here. And if Disney, look, I love Encanto. I loved Coco. I'm Puerto Rican. I mean, even though neither one of them tell a Puerto Rican story, I don't give a shit. They're good storylines. I mean, when the way they made the grandmother in Coco, it's like it's creepy how eerily lifelike it is. And when Encanto is just great story, great music. Even though they exaggerated with the women, and like Luisa with the huge muscles and all that stuff, but like her song's great. I mean, it shows like the delicacy of, even though you're a strong woman, just because you hold up that front doesn't mean that you don't get sad, you don't get depressed, but that's a good sign for all people, not just women, but men too, because men tend to do that. We do that a lot. We could be depressed and we'll keep that shit to ourselves. We don't tell nobody. Sometimes we're so good at hiding it, we hide it from ourselves. Okay, so those themes are awesome, but to put in stuff that now I have to watch before I watch it, before I allow my child to watch a Disney movie, now I got to see what kind of bullshit you put into it. That's what you're telling me as a parent? And then what kind of stupid this? They're no longer going, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and hello, boys and girls. Kind of, this radical gender ideology is really, it's really crazy. It's like a trans person doesn't want to be one of the 10,000 genders you guys say exist. A trans woman and a trans man, they're trying to be the opposite sex. They're not trying to be a furry, or they're not trying to be an other kinfolk or an attack helicopter, or they're not trying to be none of that stuff. A trans woman, trans man is trying to be the other sex. That's it. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, fit everybody, even trans people. So that is a bunch of bullshit. And like I said, Disney, you know what? If it wasn't for my kids, I would cancel I would cancel it right now. But when you have kids, old Disney stuff is great. Some of the new stuff is great too. Like I said, Encanto, Coco, love it. It was great. You even have a, anyway. But with that being said, the Don't Say Gay bill is not the Don't Say Gay bill. It's the parental rights. Oh man, you see, look at that. Even I have to go, crap, what's the exact frame of the bill? The exact terminology of the bill is the Parental Rights and Education Act. Nowhere does it say don't say gay, you idiot, Ron Perlman. Nowhere does it say that. And all these people saying that it says don't say gay, read a damn bill. Read the text of these bills. Don't just buy into the propaganda. You could be pro LGBT without being for this bill. I'm not against the LGBT community whatsoever. I'm against when you do this stuff with children. That's it. Children's, teenagers already are confused about their worlds and their lives as it is already. We don't need to introduce this stuff to make it even worse for them. And that's where I'm coming from. So, in conclusion, people, this is why you can't, this is why you can't trust celebrities with their with opinions. Just because they're actors doesn't make them smarter people than us, doesn't make them better people. They're just people who just got lucky to go into a profession where they influence millions of people. But they're still just like you and I. And in some cases, dumber. In this case of Ron Perlman, who's a damn fool talking about calling someone a Nazi when he didn't even read the damn bill, saying, don't say when there's nowhere in the bill that it says don't say. You want to teach your kids that stuff? That's your kids. You could screw up your kids however you want. Doesn't mean that I have to allow my kids to be screwed up with your kids. So keep that at home. You want to teach your kids that, that they could be a girl or they could be a boy when they're not. To me, that's child abuse. But you know what? That's your child. That's your child to screw up. Either they're going to love you for it or they're going to hate you for it. There's no middle ground. Because if you screw them up, they're going to rebel against it if they're not really that, and you just pushed it because you're pushing your ideology. So just remember that. Anyways, I'm the Right Rican. I'm putting this on podcast format, so I'm trying to be more descriptive when I'm reading most of the stuff. But if you want, you can watch the video version, either if you prefer YouTube or Rumble. I'm pushing people more toward Rumble, just because they're less restrictive with their policies than YouTube is. So who knows how long I am for YouTube, because I already have one warning on my channel for talking about Biden and the vaccine. So you could, like I said, you could follow me. You can follow me, and you could download this on any podcast platform. And You can interact with me social media or leave me comments. I've been getting some comments lately, and I try to respond as quickly as I can. So that being said, have a good one, everyone.